Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, what time you are at. Whatever time you are at, even. We are back with another episode of The Real Wrestling Show. And we are The Real Wrestling Show for The Real Wrestling Show. AEW. 192.
Actually, 192, 100%.
Definitely.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children above the ages of 15, due to our dirty, filthy mouths,
Bastards.
we only redeem the greatest wrestling block tag team champions of the world. We got
the bald bastard Big Z, along with the TV man, aka
the Commodore Z. And together we make up the Real Wrestling Show.
Dash Bloggy-O.
And what we do on here is we talk about Dynamite and Rampage and any specials. But there haven't been any specials, so we'll just be touching on Dynamite and Rampage. Ha! Still with me this week.
And maybe some news at the end. Well, there is one bit of news, most definitely.
Tiniest beer in the world I'm drinking, and it's the only one I've got left.
I haven't even got any, I got a bit of pop. Yeah, we're going to kick it off with Dynamite. I'll start off the show because I got quite a few notes on this one. It was a good match. And it was the opener was MJF versus Takeshita. Now I'm with MJF on this Takeshita. But yeah, eliminator match for the title. I don't even understand what that means. Like, does it mean like you can't?
It's just a number one contenders match, basically.
But if you don't win, then you can't challenge again against the person that's holding the belt.
Is it?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you. That's what Helen seems to think.
Don't think so.
I'm not sure. But it's got to be some... It can't just be a number one contender shot, because then they would just call it a number one contender shot. So I think it is. I think it's like you can't challenge for the title.
It's confusing if they call it a number one contender shot because the champion's in it. Normally a number one contender shot is the 2 and number 3 going at number one contender and number 2 going at it for the right to fight the champ.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird, man. I don't know why they've done it. But anyway, let's get into it. MJF versus Takeshita. Pretty good match. Takeshita arm flip into the corner. That was quite nice by MJF. MJF working the arm. Hitting the arm drop. Hammerlock DDT. MJF. That was quite nice. Something different. He does do a lot of old school moves, which is pretty cool. I do like that. Exploded into the corner by Takeshita. That was nice. MJF kicks in the face in the corner by the Brainbuster. What the fuck is that? Corner, then a Brainbuster. MJF kicked in the face in the corner, then Brainbuster by Takeshita. That was nice. Gets 2 count. There's an Eddie Guerrero frog splash. That was quite cool as well. Nice tribute. There's a Trent's pile driver, which I don't know why I've written that down. I couldn't think. Wheelbarrow German. Say again.
Straight jacket is a straight jacket power driver. What did you say?
No, that was later on. That was.
No, fair enough.
I said Trent's pile driver. Then he hit a wheelbarrow German by Takeshita. That was sick. MJF rolls out, avoiding the knee strike. MJF into the post on the outside. Lariat off the corner. Counter by MJF. Lands a little bit dodgy on his foot. And then that's where the whole playing on the knee comes from. It's a super kick. Back and forth. Rope springing elbows. MJF gets the armbar. Takeshita gets out of that. Then he goes for the dive. Bit of a heavy landing on MJF. That looked like a bit of a bulky dude landing on MJF. Like. MJF kicked the rope into the nuts and then working the arm of Takeshita. Powerbomb onto the knee. Looked absolutely brutal, as it always does by MJF. MJF is holding the knee then, playing the whole, I'm injured. Blue Thunder Bomb by Takeshita gets 2 counts. Takeshita missed the swan off the rope. MJF hits the armbar. Then he bridges with the armbar for the finish of the match. Good chemistry between them, I thought. Like.
Yeah.
Man of the match for me was Takeshita. MJF wins.
Agreed. Man of the match, Takeshita. I had 4.
A Booker. I had 5. Booker G.
Match like Takeshita. Whatever you want to call him, I like him in ring. And considering his English is limited, he's not bad on the promos.
Yeah. There's something about him in it. It's weird. Like, it's just, I don't know. Do you just kind of want to follow him and like want him to succeed? Like,
he's a very young guy as well. But yet, like, he's bigger than he looks on TV. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of moves like a really young Undertaker.
Yeah. Especially with the diving lariat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think also as well with Takeshita, he's always like got a bit of a smile on his face, and I think that goes a long way in wrestling. When you've got like a smile that people are like, oh, I kind of like his smile, like Shida, like Willow Nightingale. There's a few like Mark Sterling's another one. His smile's kind of like cheeky, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I think it is with Takeshita. He's got that about him as well. That like that true baby face type of thing to him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But after the match, MJF pushes the ref, clocks Takeshita with the ring, starts pounding in. Bryan Daniel comes out for the save. Takeshita is bleeding. Don't think there was any need in the blood spot, to be honest.
It's a blood spot every week at least once. Now,
Yeah.
sometimes twice.
Yeah, I didn't see the need in it, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, there is. It's becoming to the point where it's like it's going to take away from the point to do it like bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of like the same situation as like what here, for example, when Hell in a Cell became a pay-per-view. Like, what's the point of having a Hell in a Cell? The whole point of having a Hell in a Cell is because it's the build-up to an ultimate two quality fighters and fucking sort that shit out need to be done in this way.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate end to a rivalry. Like, I mean, when they became a pay-per-view, the moment when I'll fight you in a Hell in a Cell, the pop went, there's no one cared.
Yeah, exactly, because there's nothing special.
You're going to do it every week. And sometimes not needed. Like, so many times I've seen people get thrown out to the ring, for example, bash their head down the guardrail, and then after they've left the guardrail, their head is busted open like fuck. Like, it's like, bro, no.
There's no need in it. Yeah. No, I think, like, don't get me wrong, you can't necessarily do things on the fly, because it couldn't be like, oh, that was a wicked spot, I should cut myself here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's like, there's a lot of cheesy spots that are happening, like in the Bryan Danielson match. When you run through that, or I run through it, I'll point it out. Like, but there's moments sometimes like where you look at it and you're like, that wouldn't have warranted your head bleeding.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Or sometimes like you can see like it impacted their arm.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then their face is like crimson mask.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting a bit much now, like, I mean, it doesn't need to happen every week. It is happening every week, and it's got to stop. But let's move on, shall we?
Yeah. We had a Joe This and Wardlow promo.
This is Wardlow.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Well,
it's Joe. I like Wardlow, but against Joe, just go away.
Yeah. But he did say Darby's a strong competitor, but not Wardlow. So, same old from Joe, like, do you know what I mean? You ain't better than me. There's a skinny guy that is better than you. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, says something about Wardlow's secrets and lies, though.
Yeah.
Or he'll expose him. I reckon he's going to team back up with MJF, I do.
With Wardlow?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. He was very reliable for MJF.
Wouldn't mind being the TNT champ next to MJF being the world champ. Either one of them will have courage there.
Yeah. Work, man. But anyway, I digress.
Next up, we had Peter versus Bunny in what we've already had a mad discussion about in a qualifying / number one contendership /
the eliminator shit.
Championship fighting, elimination, bullshit, calamity storyline thing you've got going on. Which was Peter versus Bunny. Suplex into the steps by Bunny, overhead exploder, first a nice second shifty botch. Real bad.
Yes. Yeah.
Real bad. It was like someone trying to do a belly to belly in the bedroom and their legs hit the bed and they both just crumpled to the floor.
Ah, right. Memories, those memories.
Yeah, memories.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Yeah,
But their
terrible.
ability to both they freestyled it as good as they could, and Bunny carried on with the match. He took the brunt of being smushed.
Well, when the exploder happened, it wasn't an exploder, let's be fair. Well, it was an exploder, but you have to add the word face at the end of it. explode her face. Explode her face. Because when she did it, her leg was still on the floor. She basically pivoted. And then when Jamie Hayter landed, the full force of all of her body weight landed square on her face.
Yeah.
So yeah, she might have a broken orbital bone or some other. I've not seen any updates. But they certainly were like, take it to the hand! They didn't put the X up, but they did go to the finish. Huh?
A flashback of, do you remember like when we lived together and I was lying on the floor like that, watching TNA?
Yeah.
And Alicia just went, leg drop!
Oh, yeah.
It just went,
whack. Yeah.
My face, smashed face into the concrete floor. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, I feel your pain, eh?
Not quite as bad as Anna J's, but still pretty bad, like.
I know my tiniest little beer ever is just got even more tinier.
You spilt it.
Yeah.
2 moments, Jamie Hayter.
Agreed. I gotta get a t-shirt or something.
Yeah, it was an okay match other than the botched face smasher.
Yeah, quick match, entertaining. Get Bunny in the ring, which he doesn't need to be. She only needs to come in now and then because obviously she got Butcher and Blade with the storyline on that.
Yeah.
And gave Jamie Hayter another experienced competitor, someone to beat and, put over with that then.
Yeah, and squash their face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was alright. Next up, we had promo Renee with Saraya and Tony spraying an AL on Leva Bates after calling her into the shot. They say they're here to take over. Then it goes back to Jamie Hayter exiting the match, which is weird. You don't get a promo play and finish, and then the exit music playing. Like, do you know what I mean? It's unusual, maybe a little bit unprofessional even. But yeah,
I think that might just be a Fight TV thing, though, bro. Because the adverts and that are on different times.
Maybe. Could be.
Like sometimes I hear commentary go, "Oh, you've waited until the advert, so only the UK people can hear it. Is it Tony?"
Yeah.
And things like that, like Jerry.
Yeah. What was I going to say? What do you reckon of the whole DX spraying a shirt thing?
Is it DX though? It's NWO, mate. Really?
NWO. Okay. They were first, yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the Beautiful People as well.
Yeah. I'm not feeling it at the moment. Like,
I feel it was too fast, the build to it.
I feel that...
It was a good guy, and then literally out of nowhere, they were like, oh my god, the fans booed the Wits.
Yeah.
Turning into a massive heel. Not even like just slow, just straight away turning into a complete bitch.
Yeah. And it haven't worked, is it?
No.
No. It's definitely showing on screen, I think.
Yeah.
It's a shame, really, like, do you know what I mean? Because...
if she can play a heel,
yeah,
really, really well.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense, like. We need to have sense in wrestling, like.
Yeah.
That's the thing, it's like... the problem in Impact... and even Brandy Rhodes as an example. In Impact, it was always a case of... well, what happened to that storyline? Oh, we finished with that. We're done. It's like, oh, right, okay, so no explanation, like, at all? You know? Like the main event Mafia. Terrible. Brandy Rhodes early on when she was doing all the Nightmare Children or whatever it was, the Nightmares. And that wasn't working out, and then she turned it into like the Nightmare Children or the Nightmares. Whatever it was. Just didn't work out though, and it's like, what's with all the choppy changing? We need some explanation, so, yeah. Not too, I'm not too keen on Saraya as the heel at the moment, and I'm not too keen on the whole DX NWO Beautiful People spray painting. But I look at it as DX because of the green. Do you know what I mean? That's all. And it's a bright colour in it. It hasn't been done in 20 years, 15 years, 20 years.
Yeah, 20
so
years, yeah.
the green spray can be relevant, but I'm just not feeling it. So, what we got next? If I go next promo. We had Lexi Nair backstage. MJF tells a story about a car crash, saying that he swapped seats with some bird to put himself over as a heel. The reason this promo happened is because Bunny's face exploded in the match. It got cut short. They needed to fill time, so MJF just went on one. But apparently, it was written as a promo to be done, but not necessarily all in one as that.
Yeah.
But it was an awesome promo, fair play. It was harsh. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. It was harsh.
I was me at a very young, not very young, but an old school Triple H.
Yeah.
When Triple H when he was like with Steph and he was being a proper
yeah.
Like,
when he'd been an horrible bastard, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was good though. Good promo. This video looks like it's got no arms. I do have arms. Next up though, if you do this match, I'll do the Bryan Danielson match because, like I said, I haven't got many notes on.
Yeah.
The elite match.
Oh yeah, so we had no, you're going.
No, you're going. And then I'll do the Rush match.
Oh yeah. So it was the Garcia Rivera Gauntlet match.
Yes. Against Ricky Starks. I just wrote Jazz v Starks.
Starks versus Angelo first. Snap suplex by Angelo, spear by Starks. Gets the spree. Danny tries a sneak attack but gets rolled up.
Straight after.
Starks gets the 3. Garcia comes out, then Stammy comes out to kind of confuse Starks. Front guillotine counters the spear, but Starks lifts him into a powerbomb. That was nice.
Yeah.
Superplex off the top by Garcia, but Starks rolls through into a Northern Lights bomb. Spear on the apron by Starks. Masks Man nails Starks with the Judas effect. Oh no, who is it? It's obviously Jericho. Garcia wins. I went with Starks, man of the match.
I went with Starks, man of the match. One moment.
3 moments.
It's good match though. Worked well.
This match worked well. I was glad they did it the way they did in the beginning, with making him beat the first 2 real quick. Like,
yeah.
I like that. I was hoping they would do that.
Well, they needed to because 2 point whatever their name is, Fathead and Pinhead, they don't really do much anymore.
No.
But
they commentate on that, one of them.
Yeah. But they're good voices, do you know what I mean? Like, they're good.
Yeah.
They're good vocal points of the show. Do you know what I mean? Like, so they don't really need to wrestle at the moment. Like, and I think one of them is injured, isn't he?
No, I don't think so.
I thought one of them.
That recently.
No, I know, but it was such a.
Joined commentary straight from wrestling.
But it was such a quick win. There was not really any physical, so they could have just shied away from the injury. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But I think I thought I heard one of them was injured. But do the next 2 promos, bro, and I will do the match.
Renee with Billy and the Acclaim. Billy stay in the back. So Billy's not getting involved in the Sisney Daddy.
Other way.
There's 2 TVs on my screen now because I got me on this side and me on this side. So I can see me on the TV on this side and then I can see me on my little baby screen on this side. It's confusing.
You got it on a laptop, have you?
No, it's on my phone.
Are you filming? You're filming that end as well?
No, it's just so I could see the background.
Spooky in the house. Spooky in the house.
Yeah, this promo again led to me thinking, "Oh, Billy's gonna screw him. Billy's gonna screw him."
Yeah.
Renee then with BD and Takeshita, and he gets locked in the training room.
Shit. The main event of this show was the Ass Boys versus Acclaimed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yet I haven't got Top Flight versus Elite or that match.
Okay.
I completely forgot that happened.
Well, you can just do more Rampage.
Shit, man. No, that's all good. Bryan Danielson with Takeshita banging on the door. And they're locked in. Who could have done such a bad thing? Looked like that Peter's art then. Yeah, good promo that. Thought that was good. Like
the next match.
Yeah. which there is a little bit of an interlude-ish thing. We had Rush versus Bryan Danielson in what is the last match, I think, for Bryan Danielson until his match at the pay-per-view against MJF, which was always going to happen.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant match, I gotta be fair. Real good match, like. Rush in the ring. MJF comes out, tells Aubrey to count to 10. She takes forever to count, doing it like a boss.
Yeah.
Bryan Danielson breaks down a door. Takeshita takes out Preston Vance. MJF shouting at Aubrey to count faster. And I just thought that was brilliant. Like how she was just like, 5, 6. Oh, that was great. Bryan Danielson runs to the ring. Match starts getting stomped by Rush. Pretty much one-sided most of the way through this match on Rush's side. Rush attacking the arm most of the match as well. Back and forth chops, German by Rush. Rush running knee. Bryan Danielson into the guardrail, head into the chair. Then, you clearly seen, he slapped the chair with his hand, headbutted his hand, not even headbutted it, come nowhere near, and then all of a sudden he's bleeding. Like, you didn't catch him bleeding on the TV, but he headbutted his hand. Do you know what I mean? Come on, people. Rush drop kick to Bryan Daniels' head, then into the guardrail. That's where they're making out that his head was bleeding. It wasn't. It was when he started bleeding underneath the chair. Bryan Danielson bleeding. Rush licks the blood and Aubrey stops him. And I gotta be fair, his hand was caked in it. Like, I mean, I know he licked his little finger to try and avoid it, but still, man, they need to stop this shit. Like, Rush attack at the guardrail looked good, where he was just beating him down, right in the centre of the ring. That was pretty cool. Bryan Danielson elbows on a ropes, back and forth chops on the apron, overhead belly to belly off the apron by Rush to Bryan Danielson. That looked wicked as well. Blood gets splattered on the camera, and then MJF makes a point of that during his commentary as well. He's like, "Oh, there's blood on every single camera." It's pretty cool, like. Bryan Danielson dives through the corner of the ring. Rush trying to evade it through the middle of the rope. That was pretty cool. Bryan Danielson drop kick to Rush at the guardrail, getting him back for earlier where he got drop kicked. Diving shotgun by Bryan Danielson looked real good. Back and forth chops, yes, kicks, more chops. And they were brutal, them chops, the second lot. Where they're in the corner. Straight jacket pile driver then by Rush. That's where I think he got a bit confused earlier. That was sick. Even though he didn't execute it the best. He was already laying down like when his head should have been making contact. Yeah. So it was very, very fluffy, let's say. Running knee by Bryan Danielson gets a 2 count. It was not a Psycho knee. It was far too weak and didn't even look like a Psycho knee. It just looked like he ran at him. Stupid double headbutt thing. Didn't enjoy that. I thought Bryan Danielson come out of that looking like a bit of a pleb, even though he was the one that instigated it. Then Rush gives it all, and Bryan Danielson gives him a little tiny tap, and then Rush clocks Bryan Danielson like full force in the face. That was quite mad. Then there was a Psycho knee for the finish of the match, even though there was literally no energy behind it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, the end of the match, for me, fizzled out so bad.
Yeah.
You know, Bryan Danielson just felt like, I don't know, he didn't bleed enough to be weak.
Yeah.
But he looked like he'd
say that
Chris Harris it, like, do you know what I mean?
There was blood everywhere.
There was, but
it was thick, like on the outside.
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't no Chris Harris shit, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was fucked at the end of that match, like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, for me, it fizzled out towards the end. The Psycho knee didn't have no power behind it. Slightly weak finish. I went with Rush man of the match. Bryan Danielson wins, and I had 8 moments.
I had Bryan Danielson man of the match, and I had a Booker.
Nice. Yeah, it was a brilliant match, though. Very entertaining. Very, very entertaining. For those who haven't seen it, go and seek out Dynamite and check it out. After the match, MJF looks very pissed off. Especially after Tony Schiavone's telling him, like, no, you should be careful. Oh, whatever, Tony, you think I should be careful? Yeah, I fucking think I should be careful. And then MJF is progressively getting more and more agitated until the end, and he's just like, and he hobbles to the ring, hits Bryan Danielson with a diamond ring, gets the armbar on, attacks some security guards, more security come out, and then it fades to the next segment. Which I think I missed a promo.
Q and May from the Impractical Jokers. With Tony Schiavone, they have stole Jericho's back.
Yep, definitely missed that bit.
I like the Impractical Jokers, so I used to watch it, so
yeah,
I know them as too.
Yeah, good characters, like. Was it the table spot?
That's Rampage.
Right. Yeah, okay, I'm with you now. But yeah, as of here, I have nothing. I've got some stats on this next match. It's a spot fest.
Yeah, it's the trios title. Yeah, Fox and Top Flight versus the Elite. The Elite. It's not Elite, but it's Omega. So.
No, it's Orange Cassidy.
Flipping neck breaker over the knee by the Bucks. Nice. Stiff stent on by Aaron. Nick.
Who? Yeah, Fox.
Yeah, sorry.
It's like Aaron. Oh. I give him a ring now, see how he got on his match, my cousin.
That's what that says. Multiple high-flying moves by AR Sick. Locomotion by Matt turning into a pin on three all opponents.
Yeah, that was cool.
Three opponents.
I like that.
Beastie reverse flip the outside by AR. The nosedive and a 450 by the Flight and AR. Assisted Meltzer driver by the Elite was nice. Beastie gut wrench stopped the bomb. Then the B trigger, AR counters with the one-winged angel. Crucifix pin by Omega. The Elite win. I went with AR Fox man of the match.
AR Fox man of the match. And I'm going to guesstimate at 4 moments.
I had 7. Yeah,
I'm probably a little bit low then on that, I would think. But I'm not going to watch it back and note on it again. Because it takes a lot of time to not enjoy the wrestling and noting on it.
Yeah. Decent match. Yeah. Well, it was good.
Yeah, it was a good match. It was a spot fest though, let's be fair.
Keeps the Elite on TV. They haven't really got a storyline as such at the moment.
No.
You say that Fox and Flight a bit more experience and exposure on TV, which is good.
And they did have an awesome trios team that they could have had going against the Elite right now, and they go by the name of SCU.
Yeah.
But yeah, nope, because Kazarian is no more.
Impact now, isn't
he? Yeah. One of the originals going back. AJ Styles is next.
Yeah.
No, we want him over in AEW.
In AEW, mate. Impact can't afford him.
No. That would be true.
Or it'd be more likely Ring of Honor than Impact. Anyway, club promo, hype.
Who?
Fuck. Basically been given Amateur Wrestler of the Year for AEW, I think.
Oh, they were mentioning that he got that last year, wasn't
he? Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
Really like for Hook. I like Hook.
Mm.
I think they're using him well. They're not shoving him down our throats, and they're not putting him in matches where he looks weak.
Yeah.
You know, they're, like, when I say that, I mean like they're playing to his strengths in the ring.
Yeah. Loving the whole the Bill, Wild Bill, whatever his name is. That whole like looking up to the monsters, like, do you know what I mean? It's believable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Then we had Sterling dissing Hook. Hook walks up from behind him, grabs him. Sterling, because he's out, as you would do.
Yeah, what did he say to him? What's what you're saying, sir?
Yeah.
Or something like that. But he calls him sir. I thought that was pretty cool.
And then moving on, the main event of Dynamite evening.
Which I don't have.
Which was for the AEW Tag Team Championships. The Ass Boys versus the Acclaim.
Oh, it's the Ass Boys! Oh! That's it, Dawes. You can carry on, man. Oh, it's the ass boys. Just killing some dead air there.
Somebody pulled Caster's legs off the apron. That was stiff, like the way they done it. They probably caught him off.
Yeah.
Leg drop face pusher by Bowens was nice. Rolling elbow knocks the ref clean out. Fair play.
Yeah.
Billy Gunn comes out at this point. Billy stops Austin using the belt. Cop nails Billy with the belt. Then the acclaimed hit mic drop. Colt nails Bowens as he's bouncing off the ropes with the belt, allowing Austin to catch the roller. And the Ass Boys win. New tag team champions. Shock, horror.
Yeah. Like, I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't disappointed that they've won it. I was more gutted for the Acclaim losing it at the moment. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's a bit too soon as well.
Yeah. Like, they've had a good run. They've gone against a lot of people. Like, and hopefully, the Ass Boys only got a couple of weeks of holding the belts. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe a month-long run, and that's it. Yeah. Maybe not even that, mate. Maybe even just like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then the Acclaim taking it back. You know? But yeah.
I went with Bowens man of the match, and I have 2 moments.
Yeah, I agree. Bowens man of the match, which usually he is. Because
yeah, overall it was a decent show.
It was, man. It was a bit better than last week's. Last week's a bit.
The week before last week's was a bit. Last week's was good.
No, it was the week before that was good. Last week. Oh no, yeah, last week's was good. It was the week before that was shit, and then the week before that was good. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, because I didn't do last week with you, did I?
No.
No, because you work all the time. Get a new job. Right. Anyway, that's all we'll do. That's all we've got for Dynamite. So we're gonna have a 2-minute break, but it's gonna seem like we're like, I pressed the button to press pause and then like unpaused it. See, looked like we didn't even go anywhere. We're back from a break, even though we were gone for like half hour. Now we're going to talk about Rampage, and it goes a little like this. And it never saves that as a thumbnail for some reason. I never know why. It'll probably be that me doing that earlier. But yeah, I'm going to kick it off. First up, we had Butcher and the Blade and Kip Sabian versus the Blackpool Combat Club, which there's nothing really Blackpool about it anymore. Just saying, yeah, maybe. Is it though? Just saying.
Yeah, it's very
British.
Oh, bro, it's very elbows, brutal.
Yeah, that happens in other places though. Do you know what I mean? Not just Blackpool. But regardless, let's get into it. Claudio makes a slide tag early on, and then Gorilla presses Kip. Butch and Claudio do a bit of a back and forth. That was quite nice. Nice stunner by Kip. Mox fucks up Kip in the corner, pretty much. Back suplex ×2 by Mox to Kip. Mox then gets pulled into the apron by his nuts, by his legs, hitting his nuts by Butcher and the Blade. Arabian moonsault by Kip. Super powerbomb by Mox, countering Kip Sabian in the corner. That was nice. Ford jumps up on the apron with a telephone bag, making a distraction. Nice setup then to the big swing a little bit later on after that by by Claudio. Yeah, but he swings him around like very cool. Like sharpshooter by Claudio to the Blade, and then Butcher and the Blade a double team. Not sure what it actually is called, so I just wrote double team. They get the 2 count. German to Butch by Yuta, that was nice. Death Valley Driver gets a 2 count by Claudio. Yuta to the outside off the top, that was quite nice. Mox hits a cut to Kip, and then a pop-up European by Claudio for the finish of the match. Not much more than that. And I went with Claudio man of the match and 4 moments.
4 moments, Mox man of the match.
Yeah, it's a good match though. It's a pretty good match. Then we had
Yeah, decent.
Yeah. Then we had a promo video. Darby talks about Joe, reiterating what Joe said basically. Yeah, Joe's a tough opponent, you know. Promise I won't fight for the title now until you've lost it. Says he's got Ortiz's back because of House of Black. Sting says we're going out in a blaze of glory. Or he says I'm going out in a blaze of glory. We're going out in a blaze of glory. So I don't know if that was an intentional fuck up or what.
Well, remind me about that in the news and rumours.
Right. Well, I've heard something about Sting, potentially. But next up we had a promo with Renee, Adam Cole sneak peek about his interview that I'm not really interested in next week. That pretty sums it up pretty well, I think. Then we had a promo video. Stark says that it's not about beating Jericho anymore, it's about embarrassing him. Calls out Garcia for next week, says, I'm going to kick your ass. There's all that. Then we had a promo on the top of the ramp by Hugh and Merv from the Impractical Jokers talking about Jericho's bat, getting the crowd to chant, tiny bat, or something like that. Small bat, small bat, small bat, I think. Then Jericho calls out the Jericho Appreciation Society and they put both of them through a table. Pretty good spot, pretty entertaining. And they're pretty good characters, I think.
Huh?
They're pretty good characters.
Yeah, mate, they're funny as fuck, mate. Like I said, I was a fan of the Impactful Jokers. Bit messed though, because the other one is like there's 3 other. There used to be 4 of them, but for some reason there's only 3 now.
Yeah.
But the one which hasn't been on there is a mad wrestling fan.
Yeah. Might just not be in a country or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but yeah, for some reason. But he's a mad wrestling fan. Like he collects the belts, like the real metal belts and stuff.
It's the same with that guy who had the Golden Globe the other week. He was good as well. He'd be a good character to have back again at some point, like.
Yeah. Well, he will be, I think, because they still got his globe.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Probably training for a match, he is. Next up, we had a promo with Lexi in a warehouse. Dustin says, don't talk about my family name, talking about Swerve. Then he gets attacked by the Doodle crew.
Sketch boy and co.
Yeah. Then Swerve steps over him, says, just me and you next week, Padre. Doesn't say Padre, I said that. But yeah, bit weird how he was just randomly in a warehouse.
Yeah.
You know, I know.
He was.
Huh?
He knew where he was, and Alexi knew where he was, and they knew where he was, and
yeah, like, and the fact that they're in a warehouse, like pretty much in the centre of it as well, and the 2 dudes were standing off camera, and you knew it that they were standing off camera the whole time that Dustin was doing his promo, and then all of a sudden he was like, "Oh, we're doing this now as a geese, doing it now." You know, just like the promo was good, but the backdrop, the warehouse bit, didn't make any sense.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. What would have made more sense is if it was like Swerve's lair, den, base, whatever, and he infiltrated that, did a promo on the side, and then jumped them.
Yeah,
that would work. But it's like, well, why were you in a warehouse for, mate? Oh, I was looking for old railway pieces.
I was wondering why Cody isn't here training the Nightmare.
Yeah, yeah. I remember this was WrestleMania. But yeah, bit random, like. But next up we had Ruby. No, actually it goes Ruby, go home. Something like that, eh? Versus Marina Shafir. Marina Shafir is sick. Pump handle suplex by Shafir, gets 2 counts. Shafir then hits with the strikes. Destination unknown for the finish of the match. It was actually an okay match. It wasn't a squash match.
A bit too short for the likes of Marina Shafir.
Yes. She was awesome though. Ruby was dreadful. Yeah. Shafir man of the match. 0 moments. 1.
The BA man of the match.
Just 1 moment actually.
No moments.
Because I did quite like that pump handle suplex by Shafir. After the match, Saraya and Tony come out. They're attacked by Britain Hater and Rebel. And Ruby just stays in the ring like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Everyone's just a dick to me. It's like, well, yeah, because you can't wrestle. Nobody cares. You know? Sorry, that's the harsh reality of it, Dawes, but you laugh because you know it's true.
Yeah, she's not I'm not a biggest fan now.
No, because she runs like she's on strings. Weird. Next up, we had a promo with Lexi backstage. Mark Briscoe What? Yeah, I gotta go down to the hillbilly country house here and drink some beer, yeah. With his hillbilly hick style, like, that was pretty funny. And then he gets interrupted by Mark Sterling, and he just does a bit of crazy eyes. Goes for Mark Sterling. Tony Nese, the other guy from the completely different group, comes out with him, and then Woods faces off with Mark Briscoe. He's like, well, Woodsy, let's see, boy, let's go out on a caravan tractor day out in Edinburgh. I don't know why that went from a hillbilly to a Welshie, but it did. Yeah, pretty good promo though. I thought it was quite funny. Do you know what he reminded me of? Bubba Ray Dudley. That's like, I could see Bubba Ray Dudley just being that kind of like crazy hillbilly. And he almost was in the beginning. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He almost was. So yeah, that'll be an interesting match next week. Next up we had Jungle Boy versus Not Dolph Ziggler. It was a squash match. Safe to say it was a squash match. Drop kick, then a dive, then a crossbody, bit dodgy of a landing, DDT by Ryan Nemeth, elbow back of the head finish by Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy man of the match. 0 moments.
3 degrees.
After the match, Brian Cage stands on the ramps and is like, yeah, I've got a title. So we know what Jungle Boy's fighting for next. But I could probably go one step further and say, I know what belt Jungle Boy's winning next. And I say that because Brian Cage who?
Yeah.
And I don't even want to say that, like, do you know what I mean? But that's the way it's kind of gone. That is, like...
Yeah, because, like I said, he had a great match against Kachka, I think it was last week.
Yeah. And he's looking good on Elevation and Dark as well.
Yeah, but... DK just not feeling it, is he?
No, I think he needs maybe a bit of a gimmick change, man. Might be about time, like, it has been going on a long time, like.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe that's what it is. Like, 'cause, like I quite like the whole machine thing, like, do you mean? But, like, he always needs a voice, and the voice is always with him, never seems to work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So maybe it is time for that, you know? But it's like, he was awesome in Impact as the machine, like, even in, like, when he, like, because I checked out a lot of his videos online and stuff like that, like, when he was first coming into Impact, when we were proper watching that, like, and, like, he was massive, like, do you know what I mean? Like, his gimmick was still the same, it was awesome. But now it just seems, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to be impacting as well as it should do. Same with Lance Archer.
Losing every week.
Huh?
Longer the machine, if you're losing every week, that's the problem.
Yeah. Same as Lance Archer, isn't it? Like, he's a beast, and
exactly.
He seems to get bashed up a little bit. But yeah, Brian Cage coming after, so in the future of Jungle Boy is going to be a title shot for the ROH, whatever title it is.
I can't remember either.
No, I can't think. But yeah, over to you.
Ortiz addressing Eddie Kingston.
Did he challenge him?
Not quite sure. He said, I get what you did. I understand why. But I'm still a man and I will fight you. Something like that. It was a bit of a shady... Not shady,
Cryptic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same as Eddie did that same last week, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did a cryptic one, like.
Then we had Mark Henry introducing an Orange and the Moriarty promo, which they've been doing lately. Yeah,
not on my notes.
Moriarty. And then we had Renee. Although Mark Henry then says it's time for the main event for the UK. But it isn't, because Renee is with Hangman. And Hangman says, that's not... why do they keep picking you?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Happy I lost. It's not over. You think it's over? Be like that. And I like that, because it shouldn't be over a thing like that. And Mox played it unhappily, he played it unhappily, neither one of them wanted to the edge. Yeah, I thought everything was great on that. And Kip Sabian randomly interrupts.
Yeah, with his very feminine voice. I challenge you, you manly beast. Look at me, people think I'm manly, look at my girlfriend.
He's promoted, mate. He's promoted.
Who, Kip?
Yeah. That's what you
Yeah. Yeah. Promotive. It's a good name.
Yeah, good promo, but I know they got Kip interrupting just for a quick match on Dynamite or Rampage next week, basically.
Yeah.
And now it is time for the main event, the evening, which was for the All-Atlantic title.
The short on.
Orange Cassidy. This is Lee Moriarty.
I haven't got a Lee Moriarty.
Awkward landing on the elbow drop by Orange, then a kick to the arm by Lee. Driven into the apron in like a weird slide by Moriarty.
Yeah. Arm trap back slam, I put.
Yeah. Stiff Mishnewko driver gets 2 for Orange. That was beastie.
Yeah.
1,000 punches, Sterling's cast. DDT on the outside, then a nice one in the ring by Orange. The 2 count. After a tussle of like submissions and pins counter back and forth. Orange gets the pin. Orange wins. I went with Orange man of the match.
Orange man of the match.
And then 3.
I'm not joining the Dark Order, that's my booker. Booker T.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 moments. Yeah, it was an okay match. Wasn't anything spectacular, but it was okay. Like, one of the funny moments in the match was Danhausen punching Stokely in the thingy, the cast.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty funny. He's good character, isn't he, Danhausen?
Yeah.
Have you seen any of the crews?
No.
A couple of Jericho Cruise videos are up.
Yeah.
Where it's Danhausen and Jericho dressed up as Danhausen. And they fight the arse boys. It's quite funny, man. Did you see any of that stuff from last year?
No. I might have. Yeah, I probably did.
Yeah, it's good shit, man. They do a stand-up comedy set and everything. But yeah, for me, overall, I thought it was a bit of an average show this week.
After the match.
Yeah,
Sat-nav.
He's lucky he found his way out, eh? But his name helps. Sat-nav.
Jarrett and Lethal jump. Orange from behind. Best friends try and make the save, but to no avail. And then the Acclaim make their save.
I don't know why your screen's gone all mentally bright, but it has.
I know.
It's Dozie's old pale face. Ah, there we are. That's better. So yeah, in total, I thought it was an average show.
Yeah, Rampage was average. Dynamite was good.
Yeah. Yeah. But overall, pretty good from AEW, as usual.
Yeah.
That's why they are the real wrestling show. But I got nothing more on Rampage. You got anything more on Rampage?
Nope.
Then we shall now talk about some rumours of wrestling and some news.
Yeah.
First bit of news. Jerry Jarrett died at the age of 80 years age.
Rest in peace, Jerry Jarrett. Big time in the wrestling business. Well, obviously Jeff Jarrett helped him start Impact on TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Also, lots of wrestling companies back in the day, self-made millionaire. Just big time in the business overall.
And a little bit off the back of that, Jeff Jarrett has basically said that he's happy to go along with Dynamite, do his work, carry on. So, yeah, he's toughing it out, like so. Yeah, rest in peace, Jerry.
Jarrett family.
Aye.
Rest in peace to a legend in the business, in Jerry Jarrett.
Yep.
So yeah, next up, Tony Khan hints that Sting has hinted that he will not be re-signing at the end of his contract and he will be retiring.
No Sting! Yeah, at the end of the day, he's done good for Darby, but I think he needs to turn on Darby now if he's going out. He's be like, you're an ungrateful little shit. Huh?
He needs a couple of big singles matches.
Yeah. I think going against Darby would be probably the storyline.
Yeah.
You know. And do it on the whole disrespect, how dare you like accuse me of not having your back, and I had it from the beginning. Do you know what I mean? I was with you for 2 years, like, do you know what I mean?
Not playing him heel.
No, turn Darby heel.
Well, not turning either one of them heel, maybe.
Well, I don't know.
Do it on that. No, you haven't shown me respect, but I mean.
It would be an ultimate storyline for Darby to turn heel and beat Sting, like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Oh, that would be big. But yeah, I heard the same rumour that he was retiring.
Okay, you said Jerry Jarrett. Ring of Honor TV returning.
Yeah.
March 2nd. Only on Honor Club, which is Ring of Honor's subscription service.
Yeah. Which I'm not sure how much it is. Don't really want to know, to be honest.
No.
I got airplane mode on because otherwise my phone goes crazy.
And Jay Briscoe, after the Dynamite we haven't reviewed yet, has been announced
Wait. Thanks, mate.
He's already.
I haven't watched it.
Any spoilers?
I haven't watched it.
Signed the contract.
I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it yet either.
Don't lie. Yeah. No. Yeah. That's. To be honest, I think he's going to be a good character.
Yeah.
I think he'll fit well with the crowd.
I was well excited when they were going to go to Impact originally. I thought, yeah, mate, this will be beast like.
Yeah. I didn't really know much about him, to be honest. It's like. Now, don't quote me on this fully because my history and memories of wrestling are very vague from years ago. I'm not like you where you can Tony Khan it a little bit, do you know what I mean? Like, but they remind me of the Bushwhackers. They remind me a little bit.
There's great wrestlers. Like
no, I know, but
I know what you're saying.
The whole like kind of gimmick of them. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like I remember the Bushwhackers for being like wacky. Do you know what I mean? Like, and a little bit eccentric. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's what Mark Briscoe come across in his promo the other day. Like, where he's like, he had his wide eyes. Like, oh, you don't want to fuck with me, man. I'm a crazy alligator guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it, like, that's what the Bushwhackers come across like for me. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, but I'm not comparing them in skills and stuff like that. Just the gimmick. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what they remind me of. Like, and like I said, don't quote me on my history. Like, but I think I'm right in saying that. Do you know what I mean? It's like I can't remember so much, mate, from anything, to be honest. Like from over the years. Like, I have to ring you up sometimes and be like, oh, yo, dude, remind me of a story of that one time. And you're like, oh, I remember that one time. Like, yeah, cheers, mate, I'll see you later. Yeah, what it was is I did this, like, do you know what I mean? And then I'm good to go, but other than that, my memories are shit. What were we talking about?
The Bushwhackers.
Bushwhackers, and, yeah, the Briscoes. It's a bloody shame, though, man, that he passed away, like. But, yeah. Got any more news?
No, I don't think so. I think that is it.
I think that is all that I've got as well, because I don't even write news anymore. I barely write notes now, because it takes so much time to do it. But yeah, if that's all you've got, that's all I've got. So, there's only one thing left to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Please share to any wrestling fan. These are only our opinions. No,
and only our opinions count.
Yeah.
Did I say that?
Somebody has steals them anyway.
Yeah.
I have been your co-host, the Phenomenal Dorsey.
And I have also been your other co-host, the Phenomenal Bigsy.
Yeah, other shows online as the Real Wrestling Show, The Greenhouse we used to do, Backstage Banter, Merchandise Memoir, full Season 1, Season 2 ongoing. I promise you it will be starting to finish soon.
I've got an episode 6 already filmed, I've just got to upload it. I did it weeks and weeks ago.
Also a lot of other videos about to go up very soon, I promise you, from live events. And
my phone's fucked. Okay, my phone's fucked.
Okay, fair enough. Well, now I know. So there will definitely be some live videos coming up very, very soon.
definitely fucked. Yeah.
And catch us next week. We've been the Real Wrestling Show.
Wrestling. W for Wrestling. Dash blog. I just started a new thing, doors. Awesome. Yeah, catch you next week. Adios. I'm trying to press stop on my laptop.